Well, she was gorgeous, so is Shakira, and so is our very special guest here today, Flo. Hello, Flo, direct from Argentina. She flew all the way from Argentina just to be on Dive Drive. We love you.
Hello, yeah.
Buenos dias.
Long way.
It's a long way, and we want to remind everybody to slow down to 40 because the kids are coming home from school. That is the law until 4 o'clock this afternoon. Could you tell that to people in Spanish for me, please, darling?
Yeah, like in Spanish.
Habla español, por favor.
Que bajemos la velocidad un poquito porque los chicos están regresando del colegio, entonces hay que ir despacito.
And look after the children.
Y cuidar a los niños.
So this child is back from Argentina. Welcome back. So
I thank you. It's a pleasure to see you again. You look amazing. You look all in pink and bright colors like I like.
Oh, I just had some hot, chili, spicy Vietnamese food. That was so hot and so chilly. You've got no idea. I thought I was going to blow my head off, but it's still on my head, as you can see. Only just.
Only just.
Now, we had a conversation in November last year, was it?
I think so. Yeah, November. You're right. Mid-November.
And one of the many things, besides appearing on TV, this girl looks like a superstar, and you are also a hypnotherapist.
Yes.
And when you were back in Argentina, you trained with the Akashic Records, which you have done in the past. But for us mere mortals, Akashic, explain to us what that means, what it tells us about our personality, about our lives, please.
Okay, basically, explaining this in an easy way, the Akasha is like another dimension that works like a big computer that is registering everything that happens in the universe. So when I say everything means emotions, thoughts, ideas, everything that we did in the past and things that we are gonna do in the future. Because in this other dimension, time and space doesn't exist like we perceive as humans. You know that in other dimensions, everything is happening at the same time. And in the third dimension, where we live as humans, we conceive that exist past and future. So when you have access to the Akasha, you will enter into the Akashic Records. And that is where all the information about your life as human is collected.
So also past lives?
Also past lives, yes. Exactly.
And how do you, so this Akashic Records, which most people have heard about, and certainly there used to be a wonderful magazine out many years ago in Fremantle, and it used to have all those with conscious living type things when they have which is here at the showground, and I've interviewed the lady, I can't remember, Marilyn, and there were people who used to do that a lot, but it sort of faded out, and it seems to have been coming back now. People are sort of looking for it. It's been about 5 years since I interviewed someone about Akashic Records.
Oh, really? Did you?
And she had been a lawyer and gave it all up to be.
Wow.
Yeah, that's how fascinated she was by it.
Well, like me, I'm an advertising manager and filmmaker, but I also love this.
So tell me how it helps us with when you study it, how it helps us in our day-to-day lives, like living, working, breathing, eating, drinking.
Well, I learned it for first time back in 2011. I got my first attunement or initiation in Argentina. So the attunement consists in opening the chakras and tuning the chakras with this kind of vibration. Because you know that everything is vibration.
Mm-hmm. An
energy. So like the second law in the Kybalion says, everything is vibration, and to connect to different things, we need to reach the vibration of that information that we want to connect with. And so that's the initiation that I got in 2011. I was told how to connect to the Akasha through my spirit guides, which is very important because information, because it's not me, Florencia, from my name is Rosa, by the way, from my egos that I'm connecting to the information. It's me, my higher self, connecting to the information through my guides, my spirit guides. We all have spirit guides that know much more about us than we are actually aware of. And so what they do is helping us to access to the information and access to the information needed for this moment in our life and in evolution. So depending what you need for your soul to evolve, you will get that kind of information. Different than if you do a reading. For example, many people go to see mediums, right? And they speak with the dead people. So every thing that the dead people could tell us will come from them, you know what I mean, from their perception, from their level of consciousness and awareness. Makes sense? So, and their vibration as well. So it's not the same if you speak with, for example, I don't know, my grandfather about what I need for my life, than if you speak directly to my guides and they have access to my Akasha and my the Akasha and my Akashic Records.
Your own private one.
Makes sense what I'm saying? Yeah. Or it's the same, other people like to read the tarot cards. And it's similar, well, it's different than a medium, but still is a person who's connecting to your energy field and accessing to your information and translating with their own words in their own level of awareness, which is totally different than connecting directly to the Akashic Records.
It sounds complicated.
Sorry if it's
it's fascinating, but
I'm trying to explain it as simple as possible.
It's something that is not simple because not many people can do it. Therefore, it's sort of like biochemistry. Some people, it's like if you're a mechanic, if you're a very good mechanic.
Oh, true.
I don't know how to fix a car, but I would trust a mechanic. But if I would trust you to hook up to the Akashic Records. Now, when you were back in Argentina for 3 months, did you do some study?
Now I did the master. Yeah, so I became a master. So now I'm able to teach other people and help them with the attunement needed.
Did you learn yourself more?
Yeah, for sure. I did many spiritual things in Argentina. That's actually why I spent a long time there, because I did also therapies for myself. I've been like visiting different therapists, colleagues of mine, and also learning new tools. But I think the most important tool that I learned is this mastery, because also allows me to help not only the human, the person who comes to me for making questions and asking for help, but you know that we are all connected, right? We are connected to other people.
Yes, we had Dr. Nija Ahuja, and I said that we're all part of the universe. We're all one consciousness. Yeah.
So if you're healing yourself, somehow you're healing the
world.
People who's connected directly to you, alive, and also the people who is still connected to you, but they are not incarnated. So being a master, I have this other, I gained this other skill for not only connecting to the Akasha, for giving you information, but also for helping people from our family tree who's still attached to this dimension and they can't keep, ascending to higher dimensions and detaching from their human life. But you asked me before how what's the benefits, for people to access to this information. Well, we all have questions and different questions. And the questions that you have, me, myself, because I also have many questions about my own life, is what matters for each of us. And if matters for you, it means that that's the answers to those questions are part of your learnings. And learnings for you to become a better version of yourself, for evolving and accomplishing your life mission and the goals that you brought to this lifetime. You don't really need to, it's a good tool for us in this Aquarius age. It is not only this tool, there are many tools available for us that we haven't had available in the past. So now we have more tools to work out what we want and then evolve faster than before. Before maybe you have...
So you're saying it's fastening up, it's speeding
exactly,
up.
Yeah, definitely.
And because we are in the age of Aquarius,
yeah.
And yesterday we had the new moon in Pisces.
It's true, yes.
And how does that affect us as well? It's a lot of questions rolled into one, but I know you're an intelligent person, so you can deal with that.
Thanks for that. So new moon is always a possibility for us. The energies are there for us for manifesting new things. And how's connected those questions that we have in our heart with these energies that are available for us for manifesting new things? Well, what do you want to manifest? That's important. Because the first thoughts that may come to your mind are immediate things like, I don't know, pay your bills or, change your car or things like that are in the surface of your mind. But then when you start to dive into your heart, in your emotions, and what's going on in your inner universe, then you realize that that's not enough, that you may need more things to manifest, things that maybe you can't really put words to describe them. But the energy that you are looking for, feeling. Makes sense? So this new moon is giving us the possibility to connect with that need that we have in our heart for experiencing these energies that we feel we need. Because everything you want is energy, right? If you change your car, you're like, oh, I need a new car, or I need holidays. What you're actually looking for is feeling something, because the new car or the holidays or the new partner will give you the possibility to experience something and feel something in your heart and your body, right? So this is very connected with the last eclipse that we had in the 11th of January. It was a strong one.
Yes. But you were still over in South America,
yeah. Do you remember these two first weeks of January?
Mm-hmm.
What was you doing? If you're listening to this, like maybe you could try to recall what was I'm doing in January. What happened in my life?
Well,
How
it's my friend's
eclipse
birthday, but I remember writing down my manifestations were wanting for the year ahead. Yeah, and he is for a Bosch lad actually. He's the 11th, which is a master number.
It is, yeah.
So, and I'm 22, which is a master number. So I was very aware of the date and the time. Like yesterday, I did write for the new moon happening. I'm a great believer writing things down does happen.
Absolutely.
But Einstein, that was way ahead, that was years ago. And having it being part of your universe and your world, so it does stay with you, because we get so busy we forget what is important to us and how we can. Timing is very important, isn't it? So we'll go back to the Akashic Records. In your lifetime, now 2011 when you first introduced it, it was introduced into your world, and as recently as a month ago when you were studying it in your home country, how has it changed you and how you look at the world and you see the world?
Well, since 2011 to now, many things have changed in my life, and I bet in your life as well, and everybody's life, because we are much more, the consciousness is much more expanded at the moment. Energy is totally different now than in 2011 and even before than 2011. But I personally, by connecting to the Akasha, I received many insights for making decisions in my own life path. And for example, in 2011, I came for the first time to Australia. And
that's a big journey from Argentina.
It is, yeah. So I left my job in TV, and I moved to Perth, which was a totally new place for me, and new culture, new language, everything totally new. And
did you know anybody in Perth?
I knew, yeah. I had a friend here, a few friends actually. But entering into the Akasha helped me to find the reason why I wanted to make such a big changes in my routine, in my life, in my profession. And when you remember past lives as well, then it helps you to know what to plan for your next step.
Mm-hmm. Can you give us an example in your life how is something that's come up from your past life that has affected you in this life?
Yeah, for example, well, I was working in the media industry. I think I told you in the other interview we had before. And I was very focused on my clients and helping them, yeah, which were big companies. And
This is back in Argentina.
back in Argentina in 2011. And when I had the chance for remembering that in a past life, for example, one of them, I was working in the government in Egypt, and I was channeling information from directly from the Akasha as well. But I was using this information specifically for writing laws and organizing society pretty much. Then after remembering that those experiences from my past lives, I couldn't keep doing the same thing as a job because I felt that my job was quite like superficial and empty, and I felt like, oh, that's the reason why I wasn't feeling fulfilled, in my daily life. I always felt like this is not me. It is, but it's not. So this information helped me to explore new possibilities in my career and also approach new people, open my heart to meet different people that probably in the past I would have prejudgments, and wouldn't be open to get to know these new people and even fall in love of a new kind of person, right?
So with people who might come to you and ask you a question, how do you find out people's Akashic records? So if a patient or a person came to see you and wanted, I know you do hypnotherapy as well.
As well, yeah. It's a different thing though.
Mm-hmm. And how do you look into a person's Akashic records? How do you tune in?
Well, I do tune in. I have a technique to do it.
Mm-hmm.
What I do first is asking to my client to make questions. I always tell them to write down, because I think it's important. Many people, they feel a bit lazy. They don't want to write the question. I have everything in my head. Like you said before, it's organizing.
I'm a great believer when you go to the doctor, write your questions down.
I do the same.
You have to, because when you get there and you just forget about it.
Sometimes the doctors get a little bit funny with that, like because I have my list, like, okay, first question, and they feel like,
Well, I do. I have to write it on my hand. I don't care if they like it. My lovely doctor does. I'm very fortunate.
Yeah, because I don't want to talk about other things and forget.
Exactly.
The real reason why I went there.
It's the same as I've done this, and so do my other friends, not just me. I go to Coles to get some toilet roll. That's all I need is toilet roll. Yes, I'm sharing this with the listeners out there. I spend $70. I go home, I haven't got the toilet roll.
That happened to me many times.
You've got to have a list. You've just got to have a list.
Especially me, that I'm Pisces, so my head is all over the place all the time. So
When's
I
your
really
birthday?
need to focus. And the 4th of March, pretty soon.
Happy
I'm so
birthday.
excited. Yeah.
Ooh. So that's wonderful. So with a client coming to see you with the Akashic Records, you've obviously got this technique. Just without giving out the client's name, what's something interesting that you've learned from one of your clients / patients who visited you that you've been able to help and assist them in one of their readings?
Oh my goodness, I have so many clients in the past 10 years. Well, first thing, when I work with my clients, then I always forget what I say.
Okay.
After it's a kind of different mindset.
You choose to read, yeah, that's possibly a very good thing.
I'm talking, and as soon as I tune in with the information, I say things. They will record it, and after that, I don't really remember what I have said. I do, but I don't. It doesn't make sense for me, and also because I feel like that's private for
them. Do they record you then?
I don't want to enter, judge from my egos. So I always try to be objective and just pass the information. That's it. They do record it, yes. And I always tell them, look, because I have friends or people that I continue seeing, but majority of my clients Perth is very small, so I may see them outside of my office, and I always tell them, look, like, don't ask me things, if you want to talk about something we spoke in the session, just you need to start again, because I probably forgot, if it's into these kind of readings. But I also do the readings when I'm working with hypnotherapy, because it's more, it's easier for me to know I mean, I studied and I have a background and I know where to work and how to guide them. But if I tune in with Akashic Records, it's even easier because their spirit guides, will help me to work exactly where is more needed for this moment in their lives. Because many times people could come, thinking that they need something, but then um, they actually needing something slightly different that they couldn't really see because fears and I think the majority of us actually we go to see the therapist and we think, oh well, I need help with, I don't know, my partner, and then we talking with the therapist and then we realize the problem we have or the trauma is not made with our partner or with current partner, but exists since a long time ago, maybe since we were children. And it's very connected to the relationship with your dad or your mom, siblings, or even past lives. So yeah,
It's
that
fascinating, isn't it?
answered a
Well,
little bit your
and
question.
then people are much more tuned in as well now. They want to know, and these triggers that go off with their current partner, but it's coming back from their past, and it's affecting the day-to-day running of their lives, which can be very triggering. Is the word to it triggers off people going a little bit like young Prince Harry decided to go across the pond and live in another country. I think the boy was getting triggered where he was. Too many triggers.
Yeah.
I think from his mum. That's my take on it. There were too many circumstances, and I think there was tremendous fear. Even though I think he's a very brave man, but there would have been similarities that he would have experienced with his mother. And imagine living in that world where you would have, I'm sure, death threats happening on a regular basis that we don't ever hear about.
Oh no, yeah.
And we never will, because that's how it is. So now with people like Prince Harry and Meghan, do you ever think about them, who are very widely out there in the world at the moment? Do you see anything from their past lives? Has anything come up to you?
Not really.
No.
Sorry.
No, it's right. I just wondered
Yeah,
about
I think
that.
I never thought about it.
No, but some people, I haven't really looked online.
But probably there are many things
I
going
can
on
imagine.
because
Yeah, just like
I think it's a beautiful healing process that they are going through, but not for them, probably for the family tree
yeah,
and the countries that they represent.
exactly. Now here you are doing back in Perth. How long are you back in Perth for? We don't want you to go, of course, but you're staying here for a while now?
For a little while, yeah. I'm